Hello and welcome to the big picture. The suspension of the 8 Congress MPs of the Lok Sabha for 4 days is an unprecedented action. As never before in the history of Indian Parliament have ruling party MPs been suspended. The issue of formation of Telangana has been on the boil for over 2 years now. For the Congress MPs from the region, the issue has become a matter of political life and death, or at least that's what they have been telling their party leadership for months. So was their action in continuously interrupting the business of the House a justifiable act? Is the government responsible for the MPs to be forced to take such an action? Or is it just a gambit on the part of both? Can the Congress afford to dilly-dally any further? In this context, we are asking the question here today, is the suspension of the Telangana MPs just a strategy or indiscipline? And we'll also look at the larger picture concerning the issue. To discuss this, I have with me today Dr. G. Vivekanand, Congress MP, who is one of the 8 suspended MPs from the Lok Sabha for 4 days. A. Surya Prakash, a senior journalist and author of the book, What Ails Indian Parliament. Mr. P.P. Rao, senior advocate in the Supreme Court and someone who hails originally from Andhra Pradesh. And we will have on the phone line from Hyderabad, Mr. Zahiruddin Ali Khan, managing editor of the popular Urdu daily Siyasat. Welcome to all my guests. First, let me go to Mr. A. Surya Prakash. Prakash, this is an unprecedented action which we have seen yesterday in the Parliament.
Yeah.
Ruling party MPs getting suspended. So this has also raised some kind of a suspicion whether it's all stage managed or is it really the frustration of the Parliament, of the Lok Sabha members that the house should run smoothly and this kind of thing should be, people who are indulging in this kind of thing should be suspended. What is your impression on this?
Well, the government would like to convey that it's anxious to ensure that Parliament functions. Okay, that the disruptions is not a good idea, that even if the disruptions are happening from the treasury benches, that the government must step in and take action. This is the impression which the government would like to convey.
Right.
But I think there is more to it than that. I am of the view that this is all part of a strategy. I mean, my gut tells me that there is much more to this than simple act of disciplining members.
Okay, let me get Dr. Vivekanand on this. Dr. Vivekanand, you people have taken this unprecedented step. Last session, the first half of the budget session also, almost every day you people were creating problems in the House. You were raising slogans, it had created a lot of problems. And on the first day of the session, you people get suspended. Are you happy with it?
It is a very difficult position for us. But one point everybody should remember that the people of Telangana are aspiring for a new state.
Right.
Many people are sacrificing their life for a separate state. And during this recess period, we had more than 20 deaths taking place, wanting for a demand for a separate Telangana. In view of this, there was no other choice for the Telangana Congress MPs to pass a strong message to the people of Telangana that please don't commit suicide. We are taking up your cause and we are fighting to try to introduce a bill for a separate statehood in Parliament, and we are trying to convince our High Command and the government that a quick decision in this regard needs to be taken at the earliest.
Okay. So, no, but that is all right. This has been going on for the last 2 years, Dr. Vivekanand. Your party has been, there was the Sri Krishna Commission report came on December 31st, 2010, if I'm right. And after that, you people have been continuing to ask demand.
December.
But so what is you are all Congress MPs, you are all ruling party MPs. Couldn't you have at least taken some other steps than continuously interrupting the House and disrupting the House. So does it show that you people have lost confidence in your own leadership?
There is no question of loss of confidence in the leadership. We have been informing our party high command that the situation in Telangana is very precarious. But however, there are different kind of reports going to the Delhi. In Delhi, our governor is there, our chief minister is there. Reports are contrary to what is there in the field in Telangana. So we had to communicate saying that the situation is bad,
Dr.
not
Vivekanand,
only for the Congress party in Telangana.
Dr. Vivekanand, what you are trying to tell us, what you are saying is that the Chief Minister as well as the Governor is not telling the government here at the center and your party leadership the actual ground realities, and they are twisting the ground realities. Is that what you are trying to say?
I mean, we get that feeling because whenever we meet them, because we have MPs from the other region who are there, who are propagating that the state should not be bifurcated. Their reports are also there, because they have been telling that the sentiment in Telangana is totally low now, and a decision on Telangana need not be taken now. However, the by-elections have given a strong indication that the people are still in favor of a separate state, and that is why we are highlighting that if a quick decision is taken, it will definitely be to the advantages of the Congress party, and there will be an end to these suicides which are being committed by the people of Telangana.
Okay, let me get Mr. Zahiruddin Ali Khan. Zahir, you are the man on the ground. Dr. Vivekanand is making a pretty serious charge against the governor as well as the chief minister and his own party, some of his own colleagues in the party from the other regions of Andhra Pradesh. He is saying that the governor, actually the governor's report as well as the chief minister's report are twisted. They don't reflect the reality on the ground. What is the reality on the ground, Zahir?
Sir, what he says is 100% correct. He's a party man. He won't be telling you openly. I'll tell you, the governor and the chief minister, they are just giving a report which is given by the IB people.
Right.
And what the Telangana MPs are doing, people are with them wholeheartedly.
Right.
If they don't do this thing, they will never be elected from Telangana, whether it's in 2014 or any election.
Right.
The sentiments of Telangana is so high among the general public. It is so high that people don't want to listen to less than Telangana anything. So what the MPs, they all belong to party, they have to obey their party leaders. But the reality is that they will not be allowed tomorrow to come into the small villages and towns also in Hyderabad. That's why they are reflecting the sentiments of the people in the parliament.
So Zahir, you mean to say that they had no other choice but to resort to the kind of methods they did inside the house for all these days?
Yes, 100%. No other choice. They will not be allowed it to come into the villages also. Okay.
You please stay on. We'll come back to you. Mr. Rao, quite a, very, the situation, what was said by Zahir and what the MP himself is saying, it is quite a very a matter of great concern, the way things are happening. Yes. And he's saying that the governor is sending reports. These are all issues which can have serious repercussions.
No doubt about it. And the issue has become highly emotional.
Yes.
That is also very obvious.
Yes. And so going by the number of suicides which are happening.
Yes, and all that. It happens always. When you whip up sentiment among the people and it goes deep into their psyche, these things do happen. And it's not the first time it happened. If I may remind you, in 1969, if I am not mistaken, when Dr. Channa Reddy led the movement, it also took a very serious turn at that time. But then subsequently, it subsided. And particularly after Dr. Channa Reddy assumed the leadership of the state as chief minister, and things have become quite normal. And now again there is this kind of a feeling. Whoever is responsible for giving this kind of feeling among the people that they did not get their due in the
Right.
composite state, see, they have to account for it. But at the same time, the question we have started with is about members of parliament sitting in dharna inside the house
Yes.
and disrupting the proceedings.
Right.
I am dead against it.
Yes.
Constitution does not permit it. They were not elected to disrupt the house. They were elected to facilitate proceedings to be carried on in the house.
Yes.
And this is not only these people. I don't blame them. They are following what has been done by other people earlier, different parties.
Right.
So this has become a practice now. Unless we try to prevent this kind of thing happening, the very dignity, not only dignity of parliament will suffer, the people will suffer
Right.
by obstruction. Therefore, I am of the view that we should not resort to this kind of sit-in, strike and shouting slogans and disrupting the parliamentary process. That is not permissible. As a lawyer, this is my feeling.
Okay. Prakash, coming back to you.
Yeah.
Mr. Rao, what Mr. Rao said is the ideal situation, should be the ideal situation. But we don't say, we can't expect ideal situations in this country with so much aspirations from all over the place and things like that. But do you think that, what is it really, the way in which the MPs have been forced to resort to such tactics, do you see it as a failure of the leadership of the Congress party in being able to convince its own members?
You see, this whole Telangana thing, has been festering for years, decades actually. So I think it was, the ruling party, the Congress or UPA, which came to power in 2004, it has had, 8 years to deal with this problem, and
Yes.
it ought to have done that quite some time ago.
Right.
Now, look at the plight of the MPs who represent those constituencies in Telangana.
Right.
Actually, what Mr. Rao was saying was right. In that the situation as it has developed there, it's simply impossible for these MPs to go back to those constituencies unless they are seen as being very vociferously, advancing the cause of Telangana as a
Right.
separate state. What they have done in Parliament, I think this is a bit of a ploy. This is not a simple case of disciplining members. This is a happy arrangement, it seems, between the MPs who are protesting and the Congress leadership.
Let me get Dr. Vivekanand. Is it a ploy? Is it just a ploy? Is it an agreement between you MPs and your party leadership saying that it's like saying that I'll pinch you and you feel, you should cry, so that it's very convenient to all of you.
I don't agree with Mr. Surya Prakash at all, because even at 12 o'clock, when the parliament was disrupted, we were advised that if you do it again, you will be suspended.
Acha.
But we had to communicate to them that people are committing suicide in Telangana. We want to put an end to it. We want to highlight the urgency of taking a call on Telangana at the earliest. And we did tell them that there is very little choice for the Telangana members, because people are blaming the members of parliament. And the chief minister also is saying that centre has to take a call, and it's for the MPs to put pressure on Delhi to take a decision. So here, when people are committing suicide, we have to weigh between the suspension which we have to face versus the people committing suicide in Telangana.
But Dr.
So we thought
Vivekanand,
it is
I have
better
a question
to
for
take
Dr.
the
Vivekanand.
first option. Yeah.
Dr. Vivekanand, Surya Prakash has a question for you.
Dr. Vivekanand, you've all
Yeah,
been
yeah, please,
suspended.
go
You've
ahead.
all been suspended for 4 days. Now, come Monday, what's
Yes.
going to happen? I don't think the centre is going to announce a decision on a separate Telangana
Exactly.
state in 4 days. So, what happens on Monday?
Yes.
What are the
What happens on
options?
Monday?
What are the
I-
options before you on Monday, Dr. Vivekanand? Do you people, all people plan to go back and continue to do the same thing? What are the options you people are left with now?
See, we 8 Telangana MPs, were unanimous in our decision yesterday, and there is need to consult amongst ourselves as what to do from Monday onwards. There is pressure on us that we should allow the parliament to work from Monday onwards, but we are also in a predicament because we need to show the aspirations of the people, and we will discuss amongst ourselves as to what is the best option for us available on Monday.
Okay.
I think
No,
I will not
my
be able
feeling,
to,
my feeling,
take
sir,
Prakash,
individual
we will-
decision in this matter.
Okay, so we will continue this discussion. We need to go into a short break now. Please keep watching. We'll be back very soon. Welcome back. We are discussing the suspension of 8 Congress MPs from the Lok Sabha and asking the question, is it just a ploy or is it a matter of indiscipline? And also looking at the larger issue of this whole demand for the formation of Telangana. Let me go to Zahiruddin. Now, Zahir, I hope you're there.
Yeah.
Zahir, do you think that this suspension of these 8 MPs now, do you think that should help the Congress party in some way back in Andhra Pradesh?
Yeah, if tomorrow Congress gives Telangana, they can take credit that because of their MP put, they have given Telangana.
Right. No, but what about the TRS? The TRS is now campaigning or have already started campaigning, saying that the Congress party has suspended its own members for demanding Telangana. So it can actually backfire also.
No, what has happened, these MPs are suspended for 4 days.
Right.
If there are chances that these MPs will never be elected on Congress ticket if the Congress don't give Telangana. So for them, it is a dilemma for their own political survival because of the sentiments of the people.
Right.
The Congress High Command has to respect the sentiments of the people and sentiments of their own party. If not, the party will be wiped out from Telangana.
But Zahir, there is going to be elections to 18 assembly constituencies in June. It has been announced today, yesterday or today. By-elections to 18 assembly constituencies and 1 parliamentary constituency, except 1 seat. All others are outside Telangana. These by-elections which will be held in June. So the Congress party, you think is completely in a mess, because how is it going to face the electorate in the rest of Andhra Pradesh outside Telangana, where all these by-elections are going to be held?
Sir, there will Congress.
Or is this suspension aimed at creating some kind of sympathy in this non-Telangana regions?
No, I don't think they are just blind to all this Telangana issue, Congress High Command. But one thing I can tell you, that 1 seat in Telangana is there. Congress keeps walked out from Andhra region also, because Jaggi factor is in things in Andhra.
Right. Okay. Dr. Vivekanand, these 18 by-elections which are going to be held in June, now there is a fear among your own party members outside who are outside Telangana that your demand, your way of demanding this thing and the way it has been going on, it can affect them in the region. Your own party members in the other region, coastal and Rayalaseema and all, are very apprehensive about it.
I can tell you one thing about the people of Simandra region.
Yes.
Except for a few leaders who have business interests in Hyderabad, rest of the people do not mind the formation of a second state.
Right.
They definitely will benefit actually if a new capital is formed in the Andhra region. There will be more projects coming up, and today with the real estate prices going up in the Andhra region, I am sure it will be a win-win game for both the regions, and formation of 2 states will definitely help Congress party in both the regions rather than be a disadvantage to the Congress party in both the regions.
Okay.
I feel
Yes.
Declaration of a second state, a separate state, has nothing to do with the elections in these 18 by-elections.
Okay. Surya Prakash, you wanted to ask him.
Yeah,
Surya Prakash wants to ask you something, Dr. Vivekanand.
Yeah, Dr. Vivekanand, actually I think
Please, Mr. Surya Prakash.
I think you will be doubly under pressure next Monday, because you see, you will have to now prove that this whole whatever happened yesterday is not a stage managed thing between the MPs and the Congress High Command. That you raised this thing in the House, get suspended, and all of you look very good and okay with the people of Telangana. Of course, the Congress party's image will take a bit of a hit there for the moment, but the party, I suppose, will cope with that later. But come Monday, you will have to again re-establish your credentials in your region. How are you going to do that?
Yeah, this is definitely an issue, but as I was telling you earlier, surprisingly the BJP were actually vehement in their demand that the members of Parliament from Telangana Congress should be suspended. We were actually surprised
that is an
when
interesting,
we saw the BJP
absolutely,
members telling the government, saying that your own members are agitating. You need to do something on this.
Doctor,
and I think our party high command was forced to take this call.
Dr. Vivekanand,
I feel
that is an interesting development. Dr. Vivekanand, that's an interesting development. But let me go to Mr. P.P. Rao and look at the larger issue, Mr. Rao. Yes. Formation of a separate state. It is not something which can happen overnight. It's a long process.
Yes.
You think, even if, let us assume that if the present government decides that something like that should be done, how long would it take? Oh. And you think in the present constitutional scheme of things that this can be done easily, when there is so much of division within the state?
You are right. Formation of a separate state is a very serious issue. And when the government at the national level has to take a decision, it cannot take a snap decision about it. It has considered all pros and cons, and that's why they considered the Justice Commission report also. But even thereafter, that did not satisfy the people.
It has been 16 months since the report has been submitted.
And also, what I hear is that in the papers they say that the centre is waiting for a response of 4 political parties.
Sorry?
Centre is waiting for the response of 4 political parties still, and they are not coming out. And that seems to be one of the things they are pointing out. Whatever it is, this issue has to be decided one way or the other. Best decision is amicable settlement, carrying people both sides. That has to be explored still.
You must have gone through Justice Sri Krishna Commission's report.
Yes, I have some idea about it.
You must have also seen the recommendations which have been done. There were 6 recommendations, out of which 3 recommendations they themselves rejected. The Commission itself says that out of the 6, 3 are not viable. So among the other 3, do you think one of those 3 recommendations are viable, or do you think there can be something else new, some new thing can be evolved?
You see, a new thing also can be thought out. As a measure of experiment, they can have 2 subdivisions in the legislature while maintaining the state as it is, having a common chief minister. They can think of having a separate block of Telangana legislators to decide all Telangana issues, proposals for legislation, and a separate from Andhra region and Rajya, come out with their own proposals for legislation in their region, and both will be ultimately considered and passed by the state legislature. There can be different ways, but new methods of experimentation is required, because we have to keep in mind one thing. The aim of the Constitution is unity and integrity of India.
Right.
And promoting fraternity is one of the main objects of the Constitution.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, after independence, we have been dividing ourselves on various factors.
Right.
During the British period, they divided us only on 2 grounds, Hindus, Muslims. That's the only point of division, classification. But we have been dividing ourselves on caste, subcaste, region, language, everything.
Okay. Mr. Zahir, last words to you. You think that, the TRS campaign will work against the Congress or do you think the Congress decision to suspend the MPs will redeem to some extent their, in the Telangana region?
Yeah, Congress MP suspension will help image of Congress MPs and Congress party.
Yes.
But if you ask me personally, TRS is not a ladder-based party. It's a sentimental party. And people are attracted to sentiments of Telangana. TRS is a party which takes action of that sentiment.
Okay. Okay, Zahir.
Right.
Thank you. Thanks for joining.
Right.
Last words to you, Dr. Vivekanand. On Monday, you have another major challenge
I'll just
before you.
comment on Mr.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll just comment on Mr. P.P. Rao's suggestion just now.
Yes.
Actually, if you see what the Sri Krishna committee recommended, point number 6 and point number 5,
Right.
and what Mr. P.P. Rao just suggested,
Ah.
I think the gentleman's agreement, these regional councils, they've all failed. And irrespective of which party was in power, whenever the chief minister was from the Simandra region,
Right.
justice has definitely not come to the people of Telangana. Even when such a big agitation is going on, we have raised several times how many issues are there which can benefit the Telangana people by way of their percentage of rights which they have already in the existing framework.
Okay.
But still we
Okay.
are being denied.
Okay,
So I
okay.
think
Yeah.
even if these development councils come, they still won't benefit our people. And I think the best solution here is to divide the state, and both the states will prosper if the division takes place.
Okay, Dr. Vivekanand. I think you couldn't have put it in a more clearer manner than what you did. Surya Prakash, last words to you quickly. We are completely run-
Coming to the suspension issue and all. By-elections are coming up in the Andhra region.
Right.
Congress looks good by suspending these MPs.
Right.
In Telangana, these MPs look good. You know, the political parties are very ad hoc in their responses. They move from quarter to quarter.
They move from
and
quarter to
just
quarter.
manage from week to week.
So-
this is what I see in the politics of this suspension.
Yeah,
That's what I want.
Okay, we completely run out of time. So it is evident that on this major issue, which has had a major impact in one of the biggest states in this country, we seem to be having the political class, the government seems to be, as Mr. Surya Prakash rightly pointed out, working out a piecemeal solution. There's not been a major, long-term, larger solution, which needs to be done for all these issues to be resolved. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks to all my guests, Mr. Zahiruddin Khan from Hyderabad, Mr. Dr. Vivekanand, Surya Prakash, and Mr. P.P. Rao. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching. Please continue to watch. We will come back with another issue on the big picture.